Oh, no.
We might need a redo.
Yeah, I think we know what the bans are, though.
At least we have the opportunity to talk about these. So we'll come right back.
Roamers on the top floor here, so they'll be able to stop any kind of hard push on the top floor. In fact, there's 3, so an initial miscount there. They've got a heavy presence upstairs. It looks like one of them might have dropped just now. If Singularity can maintain their control of the top floor, planting is going to be really difficult for FaZe. They'll have to take into reading, and then you could be shot from above in reading. You can't attack dining because reading control gives you control over dining. So it's a rock and a hard place here for FaZe.
Just to rotate through that hole that was created into the back wall of the A bomb site. And instead, there's no fear here in Lenda. He's got ice in his veins, but nothing really running through them anymore as he's silenced by Ion. Surgical precision onto him. Traded off onto Mav as Rise guns down one member of FaZe, back to a 3v3, and Ion is rewarded for the 2 kills that he has by being punished by Rise, who will now pick up his 2nd kill. So they'll trade one for another. This will give the momentum back into Singularity's hands with the final 30 seconds, and for FaZe, it all shoulders on Astro and Yuna. The dual FBI combo, Astro taking a severe amount of damage earlier on, and Singularity knows that they can push on in. The objective rests in the hands of FaZe, so they're the ones that are going to have to commit. Down goes Yuna, leaving Astro now in a 1v3, and he's going to get swung out on. Excellent play by Rise, and obviously very happy about that one. Singularity will take round number 1 on a defender-sided cafe map. These are the kind of things. He's got the brown stairs just to his back, and there's somebody not too far off that'll be quick fodder for that Jaeger carbine.
Lenda in a challenge, and he wins it. There goes Ion. Big kill there. Singularity maintaining control over VIP and the main lobby. The FaZe has made their way into the meat locker, and they're doing some work there too on the anchors. Big position here for Hunter. He's going to win the initial fight. The flashes go in, though, and they will likely stun him, but he wins the 2nd one as well. Impressive stuff for Hunter. Mav, the last one, will also die to Hunter, but his sidearm this time. Singularity taking their 2nd round, and a big round in particular from Hunter. Talk of that meat locker. But the decision there from FaZe was the wrong one for them as a team. A lot more joining going on in this round, it seems, as Yuna's spotted the Jaeger, and Pillars Live knows where Lenda is and will lose the fight anyway. So great job to Lenda, who I guess must have heard the footsteps and reacted appropriately.
Oh my, all right. Well, Yuna's just in. We see an Amaru here being played, or Amaru as she's technically pronounced. Ion decides to just head on in and complete control of the site as the plant gets attempted by Yuna. No hard breach at all. It's going to be a clash now being called into action, and Astro knows that there's going to be a distraction by the shield operator. She can't turn her back too much because there's a buck waiting to shred her to pieces. He's going to take some fire from the top of yellow stairs, and Diffuser goes down quite successfully. His FaZe just needs to wait and watch for people to push on up. There in hands is the buck, and, well, down he goes. SNG in hand of Souls as it's him on a mission to the bottom. Diffuser's up, and he's got some marks. He's running out of time. He's about halfway. Cannot control that SMG, and he loses the fight to the Amaru. Yuna's there. Goodbye, so long. This just goes to show you why teams don't take bar cocktail seriously, and excellently droned out by FaZe to understand.
Last time they were attacking this site, they didn't, and they failed the round because of that. So we'll see how the collapse works for FaZe as they attempt to take upstairs. Sun's going towards white. That's to try and make sure that there's nowhere for the defenders to retreat to. There is a drop down. Big peek there. And a team kill from Live. Yuna had been down, and Lenda's going to get his 2nd, technically. Rise will also get a C4 and an Astro. So now FaZe, attempting to take the top floor, have completely collapsed. Mav is also down. Ion, the last attacker, in a 1v5. That's hopeless. So a good read from FaZe to know that they needed to take the top floor, and a bad attempt. They all just funneled into white hallway and freezer. Flawless round for Singularity, if I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't look like it. It's not being displayed as such. I guess we must have had a casualty that I did not see, but basically a flawless...
Or a Kaid that's been on the shoulders of Singularity's hopes right now. But if you're playing this position, what you need to do is you need to ensure as a defensive team that you're just not getting a little bit too aggressive. Like KDS just did. KDS took an engagement completely blind, maybe not blind, maybe assuming there was somebody on white stairs, and Astro just makes very quick work of the Valkyrie. Now read into by Lenda, who I understand why you do it, but you're again needlessly challenging these angles. There's still 90 seconds left. You can sit very safely and wait, but now you're trailing by 2. A 5v3 for FaZe. They're in a very good position.
They're going for it because they want to try and retake the top floor to alleviate the pressure on the anchors. But I agree with you. Those were 2 really poorly calculated engagements for Singularity. And now they find themselves with a man disadvantage and this vertical pressure being applied from the top floor. Even the presence of the roamers upstairs, even if they just survive, not getting any kills, that's going to distract the guns of FaZe. But not so in this situation. Souls will get 1 kill there onto Ion. It's a really important one, as that's going to get rid of any potential air jabs later in the round, and it also brings this closer to an even man count. But with the freezer getting opened, it's looking very dangerous, and the Hunter, the savior of the last kitchen defense, is gone, putting more pressure on Souls and Rise now. And there goes your only anchor, and the final player eliminated. FaZe take their first attack onto Kitchen, and their second round in this first half. Salt on the wound, right? We've been talking about how the meta right now is in a very slow state for the attacking teams, and that's because of the layers of defense you have to go through, all those hurdles that the defenders can put up, whether they be Mute and Mozzie, Castle, and Goyo, what have you. Nice shot from Rise. He's playing in Humidifier, and he's going to actually drop after getting the kill onto Yuna. That's the hard destruction gone, and now FaZe is going to have to, well, I mean, take control of Piano just through Cigar. It's not an easy task. And there's a castle barricade in the way, so now they have to chip away at that. And after that, there's a clash. I mean, again, the clash being, you know, salt in the wound of this really slow attack.
Souls is going to wait for somebody to get baited into the range of the clash so KDS can take advantage of that, but Singularity will lose one of their own onto the Mute, who was so pivotal to be able to take Yuna down and, of course, deny FaZe that easier entry into Cigar the way that they want it. So playing around the clash as best you can. This is the AUG in hand for KDS, quite a decent weapon if I don't say so myself. But he's going to have to also worry about that Cigar door, where you see 2 members of FaZe stacked up. Mav and Astro are sitting side by side, and pressure now will come in from FaZe onto KDS in the clash from over on White. But there's one from KDS onto Live. Still waiting to see who will pop up next as FaZe decides maybe we should focus on this piano take, but the clash will continue to be their undoing. Hunter pushes up, collects 2 kills, leaving Astro in an almost unwinnable situation. Great shot onto KDS, but position is given away at this point. Trying to play around tons of debris, knowing that there's still that impregnable clash waiting in front. Magnet's eating up as best as it can all of the projectiles and throwables from Astro. He finds another kill as Hunter peeks. Not ideal. The clash will continue to slow down and get the call, of which will be very easy for Lenda to finish that one off. And the very first half will go in favor of Singularity, as we come to expect on a map like Cafe. 4-2 for the defenders is about
Play factor is going to be non-existent here for FaZe. They'll have to take those heads-up gunfights. They'll have to take the more conventional engagements that we're used to seeing from, like, the first half of this season, for example. Now, Singularity have been kind of slow on their attack, but they're going to lead off with kill into Ion and add to it with a kill into Live. Suddenly, FaZe's defense is starting to falter, and there's still a minute left for Singularity. That's a lot of time in this meta.
Yeah, it's what a lot of people are now calling the 20-second meta, as now Astro twists, and then he's absolutely unraveled. An answer back from Yuna, who's got the MP5 in hand, not the AUG on Wamai. It's often preference, but teams do like the AUG quite a lot. It's just a bit strange to see that gun, as it's technically, doesn't it trail in most stats? Mav gives his position away inside a cocktail, as we can see the silhouette of a member of Singularity sitting atop White Stairs, just ready to strike at any real moment. But Mav has probably the best gun for that interaction, which is going to be the Aldo, which will just mow down basically anybody who decides to come on in. But he's finished off by the G8 in the hands of Hunter, who's been quite good. MP5 shreds through Rise, doesn't get the confirm, but at least a down is good enough. Sidearm out. There goes the IQ. It's a glorified 1v1 as Rise will bleed out, leaving Lenda and Yuna now to go against one another. They'll lock horns, and Yuna loses out. He doesn't drag his cursor down quick enough. Lenda with the C8 in hand is better. Singularity's lead will continue to grow. The first defense, if there's going to be anything that's a little strange and makes us scratch our head, it's definitely going to come from them.
They can and have in the past made it work, but there's a good pick for Hunter. Down goes Astro. So it's not working in this round as it didn't work in the last, at least so far. a lot of time for Singularity to execute, and they've already set up their attack. They've established control over the bottom floors. They know all of the defenders are confined to the top floor now, and they can address the site as such. There's the IQ doing a lot of work with the gadget. Lenda lands a nade onto Mav's head, and suddenly it's a 3 versus 5. We're gonna have to see. Oh, well, there goes Live. It's a 2 versus 5. Live trying to get aggressive in the white hallway, and it did not work out very well for him. Here's an aggressive play now from Yuna, and he's gonna manage to get a shot on Souls. That's an important kill, but it's just looking out of control for FaZe as yet another body hits the floor. This action has been non-stop, and Singularity have been coming out on top almost everywhere. Ion landing some important shots here. He'll get one. Sees the marks for the second. That's big. Diffuser down. Goes to third. Beautiful shot from Ion. Lenda now in another one-on-one, but he only needs to land a single bullet, and he must know that at this point. If it gets to a close-on engagement, this could be the shotgun skeleton key for Lenda to win the round. Ion playing very smart. He knows he needs distance to win. He's got the information. The mark's coming out, and he'll get it! A beautiful round from Ion. Lenda goes down, and Singularity, well, they lose a round they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, that should 3 rounds, and they've got themselves a single point and kept FaZe and the top of LATAM in their sights.
Ion looking for a run out. This is a bad spot for him to be, though. The Buck challenges and wins it. There you go. Lenda getting the first kill of this round. And there's Mav with a response on KDS. That's a good C4. ADS catching that nade. Rise elsewhere will get Yuna. That's near to the actual bomb site. That'll give some good control to Singularity when they decide to try and pounce on said bomb site. FaZe, last 3 members, all playing by reading, waiting for the round to end. This has been one of the slower attacks for Singularity. Hunter having been downed, will be picked up. Lenda attempting to challenge. He doesn't know that there's someone in the corner right next to him, though. And he's going to break the barricade and determine that. Dies to Astro. Great awareness and great angle play. Mav gets a team kill, but he gets the target he wanted as well. Live covering from above, a good rotation there, and that's going to be FaZe locking up reading, a great retake of the top floor, and Hunter not going to be able to get anything.
Now, if you look at what's been happening with these opening duels and these opening picks, there's been some freebies. The Mozzie Mozzarella.
Yeah, I wonder if he's using the helmet. Oh,
I don't really know. I'm not entirely certain. Lenda takes one down. Yuna has one for FaZe as well. Both teams find themselves without a member of their squad, but KDS falls and Lenda is bleeding out. FaZe is in a great spot here. Hunter almost missing that fight against Live, but thank goodness Mav is there to have his teammates back, and it's a kill that is avenged, leaving Souls with over a minute to go to find the shadow of Yuna and then Mav and Ion. Type 89's quite a good gun, but this is a very tall task to do, and it appears that we're going to see both of these teams sit at a 5-5 score. Well played by FaZe, as I think Singularity just got a little too brash and played a little too fast and loose. They hadn't really droned anybody out, and if you look at the lineup from FaZe, well, they've got a Mozzie on the board. Not anymore. He's downed by the play of Souls. He gotten a little bit too close to entering back into the site. 2 remaining members of FaZe are both prone, just waiting. That large gun barrel of the Alda might be spotted by the Type 89, but it's more likely that Souls is going to wander into those sites first. A warning engagement comes out from the Valkyrie. Mav's position now given away as well. So Souls at least knows where they're going to be coming from, as there's a C4 on the floor just in front of him. He's wasting an awful lot of time. 10 seconds left, tense moments, but he knows, oh, beautiful shot on a unit. It's a 1v1 out with the bearing 9, but no, Mav pops up and drops Souls right as the timer was about to hit 0. FaZe come very close to losing FaZe's aggressiveness. You are clearly not doing the follow-up steps of discovery, you are not using the drones effectively, or you are not using your utility effectively. You might even be expending most of that utility just to get that first opening pick, which is and could be quite wasteful. Yet again, another opening gunfight, won by Singularity, and as you can see, it doesn't take a single bit of HP off of this SNG squad. Meanwhile, Yuna is now also removed from action. I was going to say that he's very low on HP, but what is a bar cocktail defense is falling away in a hurry for FaZe before they immediately claim it back. Well, Astro and Ion are there, and they swing that pendulum back in favor of FaZe Clan into a 3v3 with the defense having utility that is needed. But just as I say that, Ion removed from play by Lenda, who's entering up towards red stairs. He'll get to that red hatch, and all that remains for FaZe is Mav and Astro. 2 great players and 2 of the oldest players that have teamed together here on FaZe. But what are they capable of accomplishing against a Singularity team that still has plenty of gadgetry at their disposal?
Now, the question is, are they going to get inside their own heads like they have done in the past? Because they've been in this winning position before. In fact, they've been in a much better winning position, and they've managed to throw it away. Hunter will eat a shot from the TCSG of Astro. The big hit there, that means that Hunter will die much quicker in these engagements. Av does get souls. Now it's a 2-on-2. It's not TCSG 12 anymore. It's now the 44 from Astro. He might have been out of ammo, actually, or he just wants the ACOG. Lenda pushing up on the bar. He's got his teammate next to him, but FaZe Clan will clean it up. 1 for each. And there you go. Yeah, another opportunity choked away. Beautiful job for FaZe, though, to lock that up.
If you're a smoke, though, we haven't really seen any executes try to go down. There's been 1 diffuser planted in 11 rounds. So obviously, the theory behind getting an execution off is not that high. But 2 immediate kills from FaZe. They will take a commanding amount of control of this round right now, and down goes Lenda and Hunter, both of whom have been exceptionally good players for Singularity, among the top fraggers on this squad. You've now got KDS dealing with the top of white. He'll manage to back away and just narrowly escape the blast radius of a C4 and the toxic canister. All the while, Rise is down, ready to just inch up towards this A bomb site inside of Dining. He's got his sights set possibly over towards Reading. KDS finishes off Ion and also gets live. Excellent play. Now 1 from Rise too, as the favor of this round now becomes Singularity's. It's a 1v3 and Astro will have to perform an absolute miracle. He's got 3 members of Singularity to go against. Execute will need to go down, but he gets blinded from the front and the back. He doesn't see the cross that's held as Singularity rallies the troops around the bomb site and plays into that very well, tying things up and giving both of these teams a single point as FaZe and Singularity will draw.
I don't know how... Well, I do know, actually. So we can surmise based on that last little...